Or is that Clarence and Fred's?
Yeah, you remember those guys?
Fred's a body man in the area, and and Clarence moved up north on the farm. And Clarence worked at the farm, and he ran over me with a manure spreader.
Excellent. It was obviously empty.
yeah, it was. And but it was my fault. I was on the back of the tractor, dragging my feet on the ground, and it bounced, went over a bump, and I came down on the ground. The tractor was gone.
There was no more seat. Yeah, that was
that
A. McLean.
There would be Lloyd McLean and Lois McLean.
Yeah.
Is that
their son? Yeah, they were north of the town line here.
Yeah, exactly. So, and his father was Donald.
When are you coming back? I can't wait for another bonus bail.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be back probably before that.
And look at Swindlehurst for a few of them in here.
Yes. Yeah,
and I've still got contact with them.
Do you? Yes.
Yeah. Lloyd Swindlehurst is gone now. He used to live north of the. They had a farm on the east side of the 7th line,
right.
About 2 up from Shortles, from Dick Shortle.
Okay. Yeah. On the east side.
East side. Yeah.
Ah.
But anyhow, and so this here is a real good, census of the area and pictures and everything. Look,
it's unique in that respect. Yeah, the Snowboys down the road here.
Yeah.
J.D. Sinklers were up north of the side road here, I think on 8.
So you have the advantage of we moved away from here when I was 7.
Oh, yeah.
And so I lost touch,
I was
really
19 or 20 before I went too far.
Yeah.
Yeah. You knew Floyd?
Yep.
And Edna?
I remember, yes, Edna.
But if you left at 7, I'm asking questions.
Well, I remember Floyd and his father, F.W., particularly because they were just like an extra set of grandparents.
Yeah, were they?
Oh,
yeah.
and a lot of the family.
Yeah. See, and this goes along with that. There's Floyd there we're speaking of.
Yep.
And do you know the French boys? Have you talked to them? Delmer and Reg?
Reg was at here.
It was Reg French.
With Jim?
What did he have that I wanted?
Because he's here.
He got something. Remember, I teased the life out of him downstairs.
Oh, boy.
And Garnet Sinclair, you spoke with his wife last time.
That's Garnet?
Yeah.
Wilma.
Yeah.
And you spoke with Alma Sinclair.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't think Norm was involved in sports or their connection. He's not in here.
Yeah.
But anyway, those are the young lads.
There's Don Brown.
That's
Don
right.
Brown,
Yeah.
we've got, I connected or talked to him and asked him, and they're interested in coming for an interview.
Yeah, Billy Somerville probably too. Now, he's over Acton way.
Billy or Fife?
No, that's Billy. He's younger. Dick Shortle himself is right there.
Okay, yeah.
Harry or Dick? I guess that's Dick.
Yep, that looks like Dick.
Yeah, there's some of these guys I haven't got named, but I intended at one time to bring this down and sit down and probably get the names. That's Slim Marshall. He lived over just north. And Arnold McHenry lived across the corner. He
Yes.
had a truck. David, you know David?
Yeah, I know Dave, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's his father.
Yeah.
So
He was laid up,
David?
as I remember, Arnold.
Arnold.
Did he have something with a leg or something?
Heart, maybe. He had a tough life. He drove drover.
Yeah. So and Willard Sanderson, who lived right here, did he take the business over from him?
No, 2 independent exercises.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. And then you knew Willard moved over to the corner
Yes.
of the 8th. Yeah,
And Jim's still there.
I guess, and then Jim's brother is someplace else.
Calvin.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Calvin's right here in the house, though.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he has
Is that
this.
his junkyard?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he fixes
Okay.
small engines or something.
Well, Calvin and Jim's sister, no, just a minute, Jimmy's sister, Jimmy's daughter, has bought Hickory Falls.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
and her name is Reimer, I think.
I'd
I
like
think
that.
the family name.
Where's mine?
Your notes.
Because I was over there taking a whole bunch of pictures around the falls yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure you would be.
The runoff is great, and there's some ice. It's okay. No, just sit tight. It's not Going to
Just
it's right
trying
here.
to track something down here.
All right, you are.
Boy, oh boy, you've got a,
Sorry.
you've got a history here, Ross. It's beautiful.
Rhymer's what I need.
Yeah,
And when we get
I don't
talking,
have
I'll
a
need
first
this.
name. I don't have a first name, but I could get that for you.
If I can say Mrs. Reimer, I'm halfway home.
Yeah.
Reimer is in German, or R-I-E, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something like that. Anyway, that's close enough.
They're in the
Coffee, Robbie, what did you get? You brought these for
Yeah.
to go cold or to go somewhere?
to whatever you want to do with them.
You help yourself. I'm not that big on it. I don't need it. We just have a snack
Okay.
at home.
And this picture is centered on loop there. Oh, was that the creek?
What are you looking at? Oh, it's actually where we moved to the second time
Oh,
around.
okay.
All right, this
Six
is
line.
Belfad's up here. That was before the hill was cut away straight.
Okay, yep.
The Fallbrook and Hickory
Yep.
over there. This was Dad's farm here.
Yep, okay.
We bought right there, and that lake was on our property. The water, the bush stretched around. We had
Okay.
50 acres there and 50 acres here.
Uh-huh.
The racetrack went in there. And the
Yeah.
big subdivision's behind here. Okay, so that we moved from there to
Yeah.
there.
Okay. Okay. got
I
it.
don't know whether you play around with Google Maps,
Yeah, a little bit.
but you can bring all that up in
Yep.
living color. The whole works. You're familiar
Yep.
with all that.
Yeah,
It's it's fascinating.
not a
to me.
problem. So you've got a good chunk of Scottsdale in here then?
Yeah, well,
That
I've
would be
had
up
that
here,
for
wouldn't it?
40 years.
Yeah.
Because the Canadian Air Force were doing topographical
Oh, yeah.
photography in those days. You
Yeah.
see, it's a little before Google.
Yeah.
And you're right. That was Grandpa's place was in here someplace.
Harding Price?
Right there. That was where Harding lived.
Yeah.
And Merton Jameson just sold
In the
it.
Blue Mountain School there?
And right there, yeah. And then I walked, or was brought by sleigh in the wintertime, across here,
Yeah.
around through the Bennett property, and out to the 8th
Yeah.
and down.
Yeah.
And then after, in the summertime, of course, I walked that.
Yeah.
Jeez, it was hot. The head was all cinders. Oh, it was all cinders.
I remember. I did the same thing.
Did you walk that route? We
Yeah,
probably
just
walked
right after
together.
you retired. Because when you went, my sister Heather was in grade 1 when you were in grade 8. And I remember your picture, and I was interested at that time in going into the Mounties. And so we always talked about Ross, and we knew who Ross was, okay? And so,
Your sister maybe. No, she came after me. That's when I was beginning.
yeah. Is this Sam?
No, that is a what do you call it? That's in front row, back row, third row. That's Orville Dodds.
Oh.
Yeah, Orville Dodds, and the third one would be a blank. Bud Anderson, Freddie Allen.
Okay.
You know Freddie.
Yep. Yep.
That's Freddie.
She's never got paper for it.
But yeah,
Yeah.
right.
If
Okay,
doesn't
I won't
bother
disturb
you giving
anymore.
it back to me. These things happen.
Was Reed and Frida called her sort of?
She was Dad's sister. Yeah.
That's how it'd be her then.
Oh no, that's another side of the family. That she would be a cousin. This Shorthill's husband was called Dick Shorthill, and he lived just north of the crossroads, the intersection here on the right hand side, and had a farm up there as well.
The name spelled with an H instead of an I.
Yeah,
Well, that could be.
yeah.
Typo?
No, not necessarily. In those
No?
days, I like to suggest it could have been. I don't know. Aunt Rita's in Guelph.
Your
Dad's
name's spelled
sister.
without an H.
Yeah.
Is that the school teacher?
Yes.
Is she still around?
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
She's taught me in grade 1.
In grade 1, is that right?
Yeah.
She was Ross, and then the teacher she was spelled the same. Where'd Rita come from?
That's my sister right there.
Oh really? Well, maybe
This is R short.
Maltese. You see? Oh here
Yeah.
now. Who is Mrs. R. Shorthill beside Plouffe?
I would assume it's the older lady, the teacher.
Yeah. No, the Hill that's a misspelling. I thought you were talking about the Rita thing.
I thought R.
So that H should not be there. She was not that Not sure different. But
There's
anyway.
Dave McHenry in the back there, right there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would look at
Where I was down here, that was yours,
If
Charlie.
you take
Oh,
a
yeah.
look at
Grant Baker
any
down the
newspaper
corner.
today,
Yep, Charlie.
you'll
Charlie
find
Proof.
at
Lives right
least
here.
10 spelling
Oh, is he
mistakes in
down
that
by the
paper.
garage? Or
Just
just the other
between,
side of...
between the garage and here.
Oh, yes, he.
Sometimes
In,
they
between
want
in
out
between
to-
Sanderson's
Poor
house
Charlie,
and the
this isn't
Credibility
taped.
of the paper.
You're not
I
running
don't
this.
know, I found him
Poor
in the
Charlie.
Globe and Mail and I found him in
McHenry
the
and I
Post.
picked on that poor boy.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah. he-
Picked on that poor
yeah.
boy. He'd come to school with the bib of his overalls just frozen stiff from
And I
drilling.
don't think
And we'd take he and
the
Baker out
authors
at-
necessarily typeset.
at recess time, and we'd fill their pants full of thistles, and then rub
Even
her
though
on
it
it.
may come electronically,
Poor
they don't
bugger.
have control
It's an
over it.
embarrassment to admit it, but it's a
Oh, I
fact
know.
of life.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, you're just that little bit
terrorized those
older.
poor kids. Talk about bullying. We'd been in a home with bars in the windows
Yeah.
today.
I think this is a year that, well, if you're still in this picture, then haven't started school yet. And this kid right here is married to my cousin. Do you remember a kid by the name of Stuart Metcalf?
Yes.
Lived down across from the
Yeah. Okay.
motel. He married my cousin who in Burlington, and I heard the name Stuart Metcalf for years, and I thought, never even thought about it. But it was a kid. I was in. He might have been in grade 2 when I was in grade 1.
Thank you very much, sir.
Somewhere there, eh?
Yeah, you got a good collection.
Well, I have, kind of squirreled them away over the years for today, obviously, but you never know.
Yeah, you didn't know about this today. A few
Well,
years
not
ago.
until I got in contact with Jimmy Kirkwood.
Yeah,
He was the
yeah.
one to say, "Hey, Ross, I think you might be of interest down." So here we are.
Eventually, if I live that long,
Yeah, you and I both.
I want to write a book.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned it. Yeah.
Because there's too much.
You might
This
have to live a little
community.
while longer to get it all, in
I figure I got
in order.
15 years left.
Good job.
So we better get at it. No,
Time is a wasting, says you.
There's this a small community that's been here for so long.
Yeah.
There's enough people left and enough documentation left to make something of it because it's gone through so many changes. And I don't know how much you've driven out along the Barnafad Road, but we now have the artificial stone mansions.
Oh yeah. Backed up by the real stone mansions.
Yes, backed up in the next line over by the real ones.
Yeah.
So it's gone through many sociological changes.
Metamorphosis, yeah. Development as time
And
and
it's
materials.
really
and money and all,
interesting.
yeah.
The reason
Evolutions of
that the Fallbrook people came up here was geographic
Mm-hmm.
because of the gorge.
Oh yes. Yeah.
You see, and
And the horses and wagon.
there's so many things like that
Yeah.
that
In the south they went to Georgetown.
yeah.
Yeah.
The reason that the railroad came through was
Did
the
you
lime
have-
kilns and vice versa. The lime kilns were developed more because the railroad was there to take the lime to Toronto.
Mm-hmm. For mortar and the cement, there's stone
Yeah.
block buildings. Yeah.
It's fascinating.
You were going to ask something?
I've forgotten already. It must have been important.
The
List of questions?
Just leave
This
it.
is a list of questions.
I do, yeah.
yeah, I think we should.
We
Aaron's got as we say, a bit of a script.
Yes,
Yeah.
it needs to follow.
But if there's other things that you would like to add outside of my questions, that's okay. Like, I won't get into trouble or anything.
Yeah, but you've got 2 hours and we're already blowing 3/4 of one hour.
What time
So you
is
know,
it?
I have been
What time
recording
did
the
you
last
start?
15 minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, can you state your name for the camera?
Ross Harding, Shorthill, born 14th of March, 39, Guelph, Ontario, and was raised to the age of 10 at Hickory Falls, which is the corner of the 8th concession and the 27 side road. At that time in my life, father sold the farm on that location, moved over to the 6th concession west in Squeezing Township, lot 26 concession, lot 27 concession 6. I think it was almost the same lot. And then I went to high school in Acton for the next 5 years. Okay, now you fill in what you missed.
Do you have a lot of family in the area then?
My sister lives in Acton,
Okay.
her husband and 3 children. That would be the immediate family that still live in the area. I went to Ottawa in '68 and have been there ever since.
Okay. What kind of work does the family that's in the area do, or did they
Remaining?
do?
My sister Ann is a retired public school teacher for the Halton Board. Brother-in-law retired from Imperial Tobacco and has been doing consulting work up until last year, '08, and he has not taken on any more contracts in that area. You interested in their children, or more specifically, Robert, my son, Robert Andrew, he is in the school teaching profession as well. Gone through Xavier with a adult education degree, and my daughter is with Agriculture Canada, and she looks after the computer communications and telephone communications for that department. It's actually specifically the inspections, food inspections branch. Yeah.
Name, please.
Tanya.
Y or I?
T-O-Y. T-O-Y. N-A. Tanya. N-A, yeah. Tanya Lee, L-E-A.
I think that's backwards, isn't it? T-O-N-Y.
T-U-A-N-Y, what have I got? Yeah, it's T-O-N. Sorry. Correct. And then we adopted a chap by the name of Gerald David Shorthill, and he works with Health Canada in Ottawa. He has 2 children, Dara and Morgan, but I don't know how far you're going. There's a lot.
For now.
Anyway, yeah, neither Robert nor Tanya are married at the present time. So that is the immediate family. My sister has 3 youngsters. Scott, and he's working for a firm out of Hamilton. Darren, D-Y-R-E-A-E-N, Darren. He's working and living in Toronto. And Megan, their daughter.
M-E-A-G?
M-E-I-G-H-A-N. Megan. We did it differently. M-E-I-G-A-N. She's presently living in Orangeville and works with senior citizens residents. She is in the administration side of the seniors residences at the present time. So,
Avalon or Bethsaida?
excuse me?
Avalon?
Oh, the name of the company that she's working for? I can't actually be honest to say that.
Avalon's in the West End on number 9, and the other one is...
This one's headquartered down in Toronto, and they have large ones in Guelph, and they've expanded to Mississauga, where she is right now, trying to get the folks to fill up the space there, and they're going to build one in Orangeville. But just to give you the name, I can't be quite accurate.
Avalon's been in Orangeville a long time.
No, I'd be guessing.
Joffrey. Maybe that's a big.
I'd be guessing.
seniors.
So,
Not to
if
worry.
you need to, I can certainly
it's just
find out.
interest.
If Anne were here, she'd probably fill it in. So,